Hey YouTube, my name is John and welcome to our channel LockedTCG. Today we have a recap game from our locals at Koalaty the Game Store over in Chicago. We have my game where I was playing my Invoker deck, and I was playing against my teammate Jim, who's joining me on this video today. He had his take on Dark Broly post errata. While neither of us did end up winning the tournament, I thought I'd start off with this video while I do wait to get the recording done for the deck that did win the tournament. It won't be a deck profile, it'll be a gameplay and discussion with our teammate Robbie. Otherwise, without further ado, Jim, welcome to the video.
Hey, what's up, John? I just want to verify something. This is just version 1 of Dark Broly. There will be changes. Do not worry.
Oh, I figured that already, especially with the fact being, I think, what was it, mid-game, we were playing and you realized something, well, not even something, I think you just kept going through the game and experiencing whiffs, or you weren't able to get a certain card.
I think it was I couldn't get any of the parasitic balls for Broly to digivolve him, as I call it. Yeah, that turns a lot, and then I made a horrible misplay that most likely cost me the game.
Most likely, but we'll get to it when we get towards that part of the video. Otherwise, if most people don't know what the deck does, for Invoker, it's U7 control, essentially blue and red. Goal, I don't have an Apex for this variant. I normally borrow my friend Marco's. Ever since I did get rid of mine, I'm still working on going to get one again. I'm just nervous about if they do release another reprint, seeing that Cell Xeno got reprinted. So in this take, I do use the Supreme Kai secret rare. In the tournament itself, I would say in my last game it cost me the game because I had the Supreme Kai over the Vegeta Apex secret rare, because I had in my hand at a 6 energy game where I was getting stalled and I could have used that to essentially win the game. But in this game, I didn't actually get into the secret rare. I was actually very surprised playing against your deck, Jim, that I was even able to... Because, like, before the errata, there was a lot to it where it was hard for me to survive your turn, like, 1 and 2 push. But with this, it felt not as aggressively pushed. And I feel kind of bad for it, but at the same time, like, people don't feel that way about Dark Broly. But what did you think playing against Invoker?
Honestly, the way you play Invoker, you're the only person I've only played Invoker against, so I'm just going by what I've seen from you. You don't do much. You only really attack with your leader, so I don't really care. It's just all the counter attacks and counter plays that you have.
Yeah, so typically, because Invoker, for my variant, for my experiences, you're going turn 3 is when you want to play, essentially have the 3-drop Vegeta deflect barrier that gives Invoker, and then from there on you're trying to get your turn 5, which turn 5 is, yes, you can do the secret rare, but also you can do, that's when you can do the rival secret Goku. It's a 5 energy restriction, and that's typically when you would want to do it. Technically speaking, I could play a Zeno on turn 3, the Unison, but I'm like, that's too risky of a card to put in the deck. But anyway, so you go turn 5, you're supposed to do either the Invoker Goku. I play both of the 6 drops. I play the one that has a triple strike deflect where he can untap himself, give your leader -5, and the point dinger. Else against this matchup, you are I think the one card I'm loving the most so far, and I'm going to keep it at 2, is just Sleepy Boy Technique. I think Sleepy Boy Technique is such a great card when you have Invokers, because you pay 1, you get to bounce a card, draw 2 cards. And Invoker, really, you need to fill your hand. And especially like how Jim said, me pitching extra cards and doing the life strike and the draw, it helps me sort through my deck to try and get the either if I don't open top turn 1 or get into the Vegeta and other pieces.
Yeah, I just want to say Sleepy Boy Technique is too broken, needs to be banned. I think you used it twice on me in this game, and I did not appreciate it.
Well, I don't think it will be banned, but just an Invoker. I think it's like certain cards are really good in certain decks. I don't think it's a game-breaking card, but it definitely is annoying.
No, like, just...
Go on.
Nah, this game is if enough people whine about a card, they'll ban it or errata it.
Nah.
But that's not this video.
No, but yeah, but with this one, with fair reason, they do errata things. I think with Dark Broly just got too much done for no energy, essentially.
Listen, I don't mind the 6 drops taking the 1 energy to play. Why they have to hurt my leader by making it a once per turn for the combo, or activate battle, I should say.
To give him 5k for each one.
Yeah, like, you let the extra card Broly leader have that effect, why can't you have my guy have that?
Well, that's the thing, is that with this Broly, is he can be, I don't know, I feel like he can go taller, I guess you'd say, because he starts off with 30k bodies. And then with your variant, I like it too, because I remember even pre-errata you were trying to do it like this, was where you're playing more of an overrealm package, which is, it's a nifty idea, but outside of that, I just think Broly went too wide. I know I intentionally play Violent Rays in my deck for these kind of matchups, especially because I don't like getting overly swung into. And I know in this matchup you were struggling to get a parasitic ball, correct? That's why you were doing like the super combo and stuff like that.
We're on turn 3 right now, and I still don't have it. I don't think I have like. I was also searching for a Goku this game to play my Gogetas because I think I had the Thwarting the Dark Empire and I think the 5-drop. And I was waiting for you to play your Vegeta as barrier so I can play the 5-drop to get rid of that.
Which 5-drop?
The Super Saiyan Gogeta.
The Union Fusion one. It's
one.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about, because that's your out to it. And I remember because you came to me the one day because I played Gogeta Xeno. You're like, hey, do you have extras of that one? And I'm like, oh yeah, I do. Why? You're like, Dark Broly. I'm like, oh god. But that does make sense. It's decent spot removal for a 1-drop Union Fusion. It's just the only thing is. I feel like it should be easy. I think you just need to up your count of your Union Fusion targets if you want to do it.
Yeah, I am getting my mythic boxes today, so you did give me 2 of the Feigned Grieving Vegetas, so hopefully I'll most likely pull another Beyond All Limits Goku, so I'll probably bump them up to 4.
Yeah.
Plus that'll help with the leader to...
Well, I was gonna say, if you want to be, like, if you want to do it a little weird, you could do the Gokus and Vegetas. You know the 1-droppers that have like the deflect and they have those autos where if your opponent activates a counter or something? Like
I believe
they're like life strikers. When you swing, you get a life 10k on it. Essentially, you could play those, and then you can play the Xeno Evolve Gokus and Vegetas if you want, because most definitely they're going into your Warper drop area anyway. It just adds a name, it adds a body for the Union Fusion. It works, in my opinion, because then your super combos become active if you play the Goku, the Vegeta. So your super combo Vegeta can Union Fusion with the Goku. But then on top of that, you can also go ahead and you can, how would you say it? You can have the Vegeta Xeno Evolve. I know it would be a little tricky because you're already playing Beyond All Limits, and I feel like that's a better call overall. But then the 1-drop Goku would help because it would give you a 5k Goku to Union Fusion with your super combo. You know what I'm saying?
No, I get you. I was thinking about running the counterattack Goku, the 1-drop. I believe it's 5k.
That one would work, but like with your deck, I feel like you're a little more aggressive.
I don't think Broly. Well,
you're trying to be aggressive, is what I'm trying to say.
Ignore that thought that I was about to say. Like, I was going to say, maybe Dark Broly shouldn't be aggressive, but no. It
defeats the whole character.
Oh, yeah.
But, what was it? But yeah, no, I mean, overall, I like... You've seemed to have the most fun with Dark Broly, and at least you're continuing on with it, unlike when you absolutely had fun with King Vegeta, and... I mean, that was fair, because people discovered a tier 0, like, you're not gonna win, essentially, combo behind it.
Listen, I don't disagree with that, but at least let me have played the deck during an actual like locals because we would just like go to someone's house and just play. I'm like, oh, this is a really cool deck. I maxed it out, got highest rarities for everything. Then it's like, oh, sorry, the deck is dead.
But
It's like,
remember,
oh.
and that was I think that was the second errata they did for Dark Broly at the time too, because they did one initially, and then they just said straight up, nope, we're gonna put the energy cost of one and everything, because I think they changed the leader first, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but well,
Which honestly wasn't that bad.
Mm-hmm.
But added with the energy cost, it's like, okay, now that's pretty bad.
Now, what I was gonna say is, what would you change outside of the Goku and Vegeta ratio? What else would you change? Anything else with the deck?
So I am running the 10-drop Gogeta from the anniversary set, I believe. That needs to get taken out. I do like the Gogeta running the Dark Empire, the Super Saiyan 4 one. I haven't actually played it yet, it just looks nice in my opinion. Besides that, I don't know yet. Like, obviously, like, I'll keep playing the deck to, like, get ideas, but probably take out the 10-drop Fu because that didn't really do anything because I didn't get the 6 energy, but...
Well, in my opinion, I think it works because especially since you're doing an overrealm-based deck, the 10-drop Fu is actually really good for those grindier matchups. Because, well, no, now that I think about it, is the Fu, he's a 10 cost? Oh, wait, now, hold on, this is the one thing we need to talk about. You see...
Okay. Yes,
So, as you can see... Jim decided to charge a heartfelt plea in this game, and I'm looking at him, I'm like, you sure about that? And he's
okay,
like...
I just want to say in my defense, I never do that. I've never done that. And my thought process was like, this is normal. This is fine.
And I, because like when I asked for his warp, I'm like looking, I'm like, I wanted to read the Vegeta too, just to make sure. I'm like, I'm like, did he just misplay? Because I'm here thinking, I'm like, okay, like how defensive should I be? So essentially, what I'm doing is I'm doing Royal Condemnation because I'm like, I don't want him to have 2 Demigras. And then I know a conversation that came to the table was because we still were working on. We still are like the new locals, but then we also have questions regarding plays and stuff like that because Bandai can be weird. Jim was wondering if the Overrealm attempt still triggers Demigra, but then I was saying how it specifically says played, and then we ended up ruling on the fact that Royal Condemn replaces the played and puts it at the bottom, so it's not played at all. Because Jim really wants to proc the Demigra Overrealm just so he can get 2 on the board at one turn.
To be fair, I didn't say anything. Marco, who's sitting next to us, noticed and mentioned that. But that was his arm that just reached in there. So
yeah, but overall, the one thing that we went back to was I was trying to stop the Demigra so he didn't have as many bodies on the field. And then I knew going into that he was going to swing and he was going to keep trying to draw because I'm like, this man has to have another super combo in his hand. There's no way he doesn't. And I can't remember when we got to it because I think
it might be.
See, I was reading it. I was reading it again because I wasn't so sure because I'm like, I got to make sure Jim's right on this. And so you swung, and I think I warped something. And then when I did the warp, you did the super combo. And when you said the super combo, I'm like, no, you don't. Good, there you go. You do right there.
I was so stupid. See, I was that dumbfounded. I'm like, oh yeah. Because
go on.
Because you normally put the 7-drop roller as a charge, and he counts as red.
Mm-hmm.
Well, sorry, he is red, but he counts as black.
Yeah.
So my mind just processed.
And it's like the Vegeta's not all mono black. It just says all your energy has to contain black. Because, like, for example, I play the Raditz super combo in the Rainbow Vegito, and if you just keep charging Gokus and Vegetas, all your energy still is included as red, but they're also every other color too. And so that's why, like, for a second, I'm like, the heartfelt please not black. And there's Sleepy Boy technique, my favorite card.
It's too strong, needs to be banned.
But so there's that. Something I realized that I missed actually, because I did play Invoker when it first came out, because our team did get cases, and Jim was the lucky soul that I got. He helped me get an Apex, but then out of our case, because that was from pre-release, I actually got another Apex out of our case. But then because when COVID started, I did have to get rid of my original 2, unfortunately, and then I did pick up another one, but then also got rid of that one because I didn't want to. I want to see when they started announcing Mythic boosters, all the reprints and stuff like that. I didn't want to be holding on to like a $1,500 card and it get reprinted. But my point is that when we first started playing Invoker, I remember when the Gogeta, if anyone remembers Gogeta 7, Gogeta 7 was around, and people were playing him. Now, this was before Rise of the Unison Warrior, which I can see why they banned the Gogeta 7, because I realized mid this game, because I want to think of funky things to do with this deck, was the Rival Seeker Goku is a 19,000, and the Vegeta is also 19,000. So that's a Union fusion target without having to add any additional stuff to it. And I feel like if I had that, I would 100% put like 2 Gogeta 7s in this deck. But I'm thinking I may slot in another Gogeta, but I don't know, because they're so energy-wise, they're expensive. And I don't think I can fit it. But I've always wanted to make changes to this deck, but I feel like a lot of decks is you play a bunch of extra cards, you're just going control, you're grinding yourself out for that 3-drop Vegeta. And I'm going to make some experimentation with it once it's new U7 support in Sec 16, because I want to see how it works. But otherwise, this is what I have currently, and it's just I always enjoy Invoker. If I had to change anything, it would just be I would have to wait for the new set to come out. I need to do a lot more deck testing and deck building to see how it works. Otherwise, it's still this straightforward combo like we're seeing right here. And
sorry.
No, you're
Go on.
Well, what I was gonna say was before the video ends, because I think it reaches the end here where I go and I put the 6-drop.
I'm just about to scoop. I'm like,
yeah. I was gonna say, wrapping up the video. Was there anything you were looking forward to in set 16?
I have to read the cards and actually know what they do, but Great Priest, and maybe Zamasu. But I think that's it.
All right.
Supreme Kai Secret.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's legit it.
Yeah. I'm looking to new U7 support. I'm gonna love the pre-release support, like you guys mentioned in my last video, guys. Otherwise, I think this was the game here. I ended up playing the 6-drop. Jim was able to read it and see, oh, that's a triple striker deflect who gets to keep restanding himself, and that was GG. So I was able to win that game. That was it. But all in all, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks, Jim, for coming on. We're going to try and get the next video up before next week's tournament, where our friend Robbie ended up winning the whole tournament with AOD, I believe, right?
It was, yeah.
Yeah. But otherwise, until next time, YouTube.
Goodbye.